Hey guys, it's Matt. Listen, I am putting this video together to help our small group leaders at Faith learn how to use the Planning Center Online Groups tool. So this is the online tool that we currently use to manage our small groups at Faith. We've got a lot of groups. It used to be the way that you could have a pad of paper and just kind of keep track of everybody on a pad of paper. But now with heading towards, I think it was about 28 groups, heading up in numbers, that's getting harder and harder to track that way. So we've got this online tool. It's a huge, huge help when we look in at small group coaches, or when Pastor Terry looks in just to see what's how the small groups are doing. When are they meeting? Are they meeting? Who's getting out? Who isn't getting out? Just to get a quick glimpse of how we're doing as a small group ministry as a whole. But first, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you as small group leaders. I know this is leading a small group is an investment of time. It's an investment where you're building into the lives of friends here in the church community, and that takes it takes some skill. So thank you. It takes some patience. It takes some wisdom on your part to lead a small community of friends like that. So thank you. As a church, we exist to lead people to faith and maturity in Jesus Christ. And people in small groups are at different places along the journey of following Jesus. Some have not made a decision to follow Jesus yet, but they found themselves in a small group environment. They felt welcome, and that's where they are. And they're hopefully walking towards a relationship with Christ. Others are new Christians. Some have been Christians for many years. But what an opportunity it is for us as small groups to walk alongside each other. And really, small groups exist to support the church's mission by helping one another take our next steps with Jesus. And there's always a next step. So I encourage you as a small group leader to keep on encouraging your group members to take those next steps in following Jesus. And I encourage you as an individual to do the same. So again, thank you for your leadership in your small group. So really, the things we're going to cover today is what Planning Center Online Groups looks like, how you log into it, how you keep your information up to date, maybe how you initially set up the information in your groups. So you may have never logged into this part of Planning Center. You may have only responded to the attendance emails. So within that website, you can put a picture of your group. That's nice. But you can say when you meet. That's very important. Where you meet, your frequency, how often you meet, and who's in your group. And you want to keep that up to date as much as possible. And then we'll also talk about the attendance emails that come out, and that's totally based on you entering information about when you meet and who's in your group. Okay, so that's why it's very important. It's very important because it gives a glimpse for Pastor Terry, for the coaches. It gives a glimpse into group life with approaching, it's the high 20s, so there's 28 small groups right now, and we're recording this. Heading up towards 30 groups, it's hard to manage and to look into each of those groups comprehensively, deeply, but we can take a glimpse of the ministry as a whole and see how trends are going in terms of are people meeting regularly? Are they getting good attendance? People coming out? Are they engaged? Evidence through them coming out. And so that's the importance of it. So thank you for doing that. But let's jump right in. So let me just open up. I'm going to share the screen here. Get this going. All right, so I am going to actually put myself smaller, but I'm going to put me over here. Okay, so we're at the main website, faithmuskoka.ca. If you've never been there, go to that. It says welcome right now. That's just faithmuskoka.ca. To get to the small groups page, you can either search for it, or you can simply hover over adults. First one is called small groups. You're in. You can also visit this page by going to smallgroups.ca, exact same page. If you haven't been there recently, I encourage you to stop by. We have a new video, a very short one here, less than a minute, I think. Pastor Terry just talking about why small groups are a key part of our strategy at Faith. There's an opportunity for somebody to check out joining a group, simple form. And then you can download the sermon discussion questions, which that's a great way to track with our sermons, is to use them as your Bible study in your small groups. We encourage you to try that out. Next, we have the online links for being a small group at Faith. So each of our new small groups, and in the fall of 2017, all of our existing groups go through or are going through the Being a Small Group at Faith DVD. Just kind of lays out the nuts and bolts of our ministry and the underlying why. If you click through to this here, it goes to Vimeo, and there's a link there for you to download the participants guide as well. So down at the bottom here, this is what I wanted to show you though. This is the leader's login. And if you click here, boom, it takes you through to the login for you as a leader. And I'm just going to type my email. Now you do have to use your email address. First of all, don't use mine. It won't help you at all. But use your email address, and it has to be the correct one that is in the database for you. So many of you will only have one email address. That's easy. If you do what I'm about to show you, and when you log in, there's no groups that you manage or lead, then if you know you have another email, try to do the exact same thing with the other email, okay? Log out and then log back in using the email. So that is my email. I'm going to have them send me a link. So there's no password to remember, but if we here check your inbox, a login link was emailed to that email address and it expires in 30 minutes. That means I have to respond in 30 minutes or else I have to do this process again. But once I do this, I believe the link actually lasts for 30 days. It takes a few minutes here. There we go. Log in now. I just clicked on login. Now I land here, shows my basic information, and then it shows my groups. Now I'm a part of Terry Smith's group. He's a leader. I just help him with that because I'm a co-leader on that. This is not a small group. This is something else. And then here's our training small group right here. So I'm going to click through to the Star Wars small group. An awesome group, I might add. Trekkies are shaking their heads. Okay, so this is the basic page. Something you don't notice is missing because you might not know it can be there is a picture here, which you can choose any picture. The small group meets weekly, and here's my contact information. Any of the details we'll see on this page can be changed by clicking on Edit Group right up there. So I'll scroll down. We are a group of friends helping one another take our next steps with Jesus. We typically have met on Alderaan. Beautiful place. Oh, we have no upcoming events scheduled. That means I will not be receiving any attendance emails, which means the coach will be calling you asking why you're not responding to emails, and the answer is I haven't entered my events yet. And then down here in members, there's 3 of us. So it was just Bill and myself, but Luke came out of the dark, and he has joined our group, which is epic. So there's a few things I know I need to change here, but first let's go to the top here. Let's make it a little more interesting and click on Edit Group. And I see here I drop a new image. The other day I did find a really cool image that I thought would be effective in sharing. I'm going to scroll. There we go. Oh yeah. I click there, and that has been changed. I don't have to click save yet. It saves at the top. I can still stay in here. I go down, and I'm happy with that description, or I could enter a new description. But the problem, I have a little bit of a problem here. Alderaan was blown up, so I need to click on this. And when I do click on that for locations, you'll see that there's only one location set. So looks like in the past we've only met in one spot. There are some shared locations that all the groups have. I don't know what this is. That's that training one. But the church is there. But we don't want to meet there right now. We want to create a new location. So I'm going to create a new location. And what we decided on is to meet at Skywalker Ranch. Now it's a bit of a commute to get there. In California, but honestly the trip is worth it. It's very beautiful, nice hills, etc. Now here's a trick. When you look online to this website, if you're not a member, it just shows an approximate. So this is what they see, very vague. A member of your group logs in, they see very specific where the meeting is. Vague, specific, okay? But go down the bottom here and hit save location. So now I've saved that as a location. If I click on my locations, now I can meet at Alderaan or Skywalker, except Alderaan has blown up. It doesn't exist anymore, so we're probably going to go with Skywalker. And hit save. Awesome. So let's scroll down a little bit more, and I'll show you the next little thing we have here. I was explaining this to somebody else the other day. They said, oh, subscribe to the calendar. You can't subscribe to it until you've entered events in. This then is a tool if you use Google Calendar or iCal on your iOS device or whatever. You can subscribe and have it, whatever somebody in your group can subscribe to it, and whatever you've entered as a small group leader would automatically feed to their calendar and make a glance and see when they're meeting, when they're always canceled, or when's that potluck. So the main use for these upcoming events, though, I just clicked on add an event, is for your regular meetings, right? So you can put anything here. I'm going to put regular meeting. We meet on Wednesdays. We're probably not going to get started until no, I'll put the 13th. And we start at 8. We get later than a lot of people. We go to 9:30. Try to finish up the time so the hosts not keep them up all night. And we meet weekly actually. Okay, now when you choose a repeat, you do have to decide when you're going to finish, and I would suggest that as a small group, you decide early in the season when you're going to finish up. We're going to finish up on the 13th, giving a little bit of space before Christmas. Okay. When you decide you're going to stop, as you get closer to December, early plan on when you're going to start up again, because January is a spot where you can drag as to starting again. Okay, so this event description, you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to put regular feeding or sniffing. No, for Star Wars. The ranch is accurate. And that's exactly what we want to see. We're good to go. I go save the changes. Now when we scroll down on the when I go back, full calendar. When I go back to the page, here's our small groups page, the logo at the top. Scroll down. Now it doesn't just have the one event, it has weekly events. But thinking about it again, I'm going to click into that September 13th event, and I'm concerned because I think that's a little too early for our group, and I'd rather have a great start than a half-baked start. So I'm going to click on delete event, and it's going to say, do you mean this event or all the events, all the occurrences after it? This event and everything after. I only want to cancel the 13th. Confirm that. And now I'm back to my group page, and if you go down here, you'll see the 28th is the first date. The 13th is gone. I can click here and subscribe to the calendar and choose what my, how I want to do that. I'll let you guys figure that out for yourselves. Scroll down here. Now we're into the members. So, as I said, myself and Bill were doing this group for a while, and it was really a micro group. But then Luke, we found him, so he came and joined our group. But there's a new member who was interested in joining. I got his name from Pastor Terry. Chewy. He doesn't have an email or a phone number. Classic Wookiee. But I'm going to put Chewy in here. And now he's in there. Now, here's what I know. These are the people that are going to be included in my attendance emails that come out. The attendance emails are going to be automated and sent to the leader or leaders when there's an event. No event, no attendance email. Call from coach, call from Pastor Terry saying, do you know what's happening with the Star Wars group? They don't seem to be meeting. And you'll say, we have been meeting. Okay, so these have to be entered, the events, and these names have to be accurate. And it's simple, simple, simple. I wish I had one to show you, but I haven't had a meeting yet for it to pop up. It pops up. It's an email. You click on it. Usually I get mine during the meeting. So, after we're done the Bible study and we're just chilling, I open it up and I say, yeah, Matt was here. Bill was here. Luke couldn't make it. And maybe Chewy came, so it was a guest. But if I know he's staying regularly, I add him as a member. If I know somebody is not coming anymore, keep connected to them, but really for tracking where we're at as a ministry, keeping people in the group that aren't coming back or haven't been coming, better to delete them and just hold that off to the side as just someone that you keep checking back with. We want to keep people connected, and maybe there's another group that's better for them, and it might be as simple as that. So you just simply click on, I can click on Luke here. I won't delete them, but you just click there. Okay. So that's the long and short. I don't think I've missed anything. Again, you can. I think you can simply use that login link here, or maybe keep this email and just click through whenever you need it, or quite possibly, you can try this. When you get to the page, your group page, just bookmark that group page, okay? And if you, for whatever reason, says you haven't logged in, then just simply do all the process again. It's certainly not very, doesn't take long, is what I want to say. All right, so fine. There we go. Turned off the sharing. Anyways, again, thank you guys for all that you're doing. It makes a difference. Again, as we, the church of our size, for you to have deep relationships with people who, when there's like 500, 600 500 people say on a Sunday morning, or how many people calling church faith at home. It's hard with that many people. So, investing into a smaller group of individuals that you can walk alongside with, that you're helping one another take those next steps with Jesus, is key. And so again, thank you for your leadership. If you have any questions about using Planning Center online groups, if you're not getting your emails, first check if your events are entered correctly. If somebody's not showing up in your emails, check if they're entered into your system. And there's an opportunity there, I didn't show you that, but if you click on add a member, and when I was typing in Chewaka's name, if they're not in the system already, it prompts you to create them. So you just put a first name, last name, any contact details you have. If you don't have an email for them, maybe stick your own email in there, find out what it is from them at the next meeting, and just shoot an email off to me. Or let Pastor Terry know, and we'll update the database, okay? So anyways, thank you guys for all you're doing for small groups. I hope this helps, and chat later. Bye.